Elon Musk has one of the most genius and visionary minds today among billionaires. There's no doubt about it. Whatever Elon Musk does, it always comes out as a futuristic approach from electronic and autonomous vehicles to space travel. Elon Musk is invested in literally every innovative field, and the most he is excited about is his Mars project. Some look at him as a crazy billionaire, while others look at him with the eyes of inspiration. However, Elon Musk gave a conflicting statement a couple of years ago in which he said that in order to make Mars warm and habitable, he is thinking of detonating nuclear bombs on the red planet. Some of you might support it, while some of you won't. But practically, is this even a good idea at all? Should Elon Musk detonate nuclear bombs on Mars or not? That's still a topic of debate. But in this video, we are going to tell you about what would happen if we nuked Mars on a serious note. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Well, first of all, let us know why it is too necessary to warm Mars before colonizing it. For your information, Mars is literally a lot colder than you might have imagined. The average temperature there is -80 degrees Fahrenheit or -63 degrees Celsius, even colder than Oymyakon, Russia, which is referred to as the coldest place on the planet. Musk has elaborated his plan well about what he meant by nuking Mars. He said that he wants to detonate nuclear devices on Mars's poles, vaporizing its frozen ice caps, releasing a colossal amount of water vapor and CO2 into the Martian atmosphere. According to him, this will cause a runaway greenhouse effect. After that, as the temperature will rise due to the greenhouse gases released by the explosions, the Martian rocks will heat up and outgas more CO2, which will heat the planet more, releasing more CO2 and so on. This would lead to a world that has a temperature similar to Earth, with a much thicker atmosphere and liquid water. All we would need to do to complete the transformation is to get a few plants to pump out some oxygen and boom, we have a new Earth. Sounds like a piece of cake, doesn't it? We send a few nuclear weapons to Mars, wait, and then get a second Earth. But what everyone's thinking about the plan is just the tip of an iceberg. Instead, this plan of his is filled with uncountable flaws. Firstly, the number of nuclear devices needed for the purpose is astronomical. Estimates say that you would need over 10,000 of the largest nuclear warheads to pull off such a move. Considering the world only has a stockpile of some 13,000, it might be difficult for even Musk to get his hands on these bombs, rest after that. Secondly, when you detonate a lot of nuclear weapons, you are at a risk of causing a nuclear winter. Let me explain that to you. The explosion occurring with nuclear detonation would cause dust and debris to get kicked up into the atmosphere. Mars's high wind speed will keep it there for years, blocking out the sun, just like the mass extinction of the dinosaurs. This causes the temperature of the surface to plummet. This will result in the released greenhouse gases to be reabsorbed as all the water freezes, leaving Mars potentially colder and in worse condition than when we started. Last but not least, radiation. You see, Mars has no magnetic field or ozone layer. This means the surface is bare to the killer radiation of the sun. If you then nuked it, the levels of radiation whizzing about the planet would be catastrophically high. Radioactive fallout would litter the whole planet, effectively poisoning the soil, water, and air to prevent any form of life. This is especially bad when you take into account that the surface already has radiation levels deemed unsafe for human habitation. So there are high chances that this will diminish our colonizing hope even less than before, as no resource would be left to be used safely after that destruction. Although recent studies have resulted in a hypothesis that no matter how many unclear weapons Musk would explode on Mars to make it warmer, the increase of temperature and climate would be temporary and will eventually come back to the same state where it was before. It is estimated so because Mars has no magnetosphere around it for billions of years from now, keeping it exposed to all the cosmic disturbances occurring around it. The lack of magnetosphere will bring no change to its conditions on a permanent scale, even if you explode a million nuclear bombs on its surface. It will either convert Mars into a whole new planet, Chernobyl, or just an irresistible or inhabitable planet to support any life form in the next million or billion years at least. Maybe we could be 100% accurate, or maybe everything we talked about today would come out as a baseless hypothesis after the successful test of the mission. Because after all, space and cosmos is the most unpredictable subject when it comes to discussion. However, there is a huge possibility that Musk might have come out with an even better idea than this. But who knows what the $200 billion personality has in his mind right now. By the way, what do you think? Was it a genuine thought, or it was just a way of creating hype between the public about the Mars project? Let me know in the comments down below.